Happy Tuesday. Can you believe that we are in the second half of January already? Time is flying in 2023 already. Today, I want to talk a little bit about how God is always working behind the scenes, even when we can't see Him, for our best. As His children, He promises us that in the Bible. I had always believed that in my head, but I hadn't always believed it in my heart. I hadn't always seen it or felt it or seen um, the outcome of that. And this fall, God showed that to me, or I should say last fall, God showed that to me. And it was so powerful and it really grew my faith. And I thought that I would share a little bit about that with you today. Songs mean so much to me, and there is a song out there that talks about God working things for our good and how we can trust Him with that promise. And so He had given me that during the 2.5 weeks that we were with our family member who passed away. And I didn't know what the outcome would be. I had assumed, or we had all thought or hoped that our family member would recover and life would go back to the way it was. But God just kind of gave me that song that He's always working things out for our good. And He's always working behind the scenes. And we were able to see that with that family member. And then a couple weeks later, God showed it to me with my ministry. So I had been given news on my birthday that was disappointing. And of course, I turned it inward and I said, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do to cause this outcome? And I didn't see it as a way of God protecting me, or as a way of God helping me, or as a way of God working out the best for my life. I just saw it as a failure on my part. And it wasn't until the fall when He gave me a glimpse and He showed me that His ways are better than my ways. And He was working for my good, and He is working for my good. And I started to see the good in that situation. And it was just really a faith builder for me, because if God was willing to do that in that one particular area of my life, and He truly blessed me even through that particular situation, then what else is He working on behind the scenes that I can't see? It helped me to build my trust in Him. It helped me to see that He's working and that I can trust Him with my whole life. It helped me to see that when I live committed, fully committed to Him, which is the way that I choose to live and I try to live every day. Of course, I'm going to fail. Of course, I'm not going to do it perfectly. That's where grace comes in. That's why we talked about giving ourselves grace and trying again. But it just builds your faith knowing that God is working for us. One of my favorite verses, and a verse that God gave me during the season in my life in 2020, was Romans 8:28. For God works all things for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. It doesn't mean that every bad thing that happens in our life is good. No, it means that He works for good in all things. So even the bad things, even the tragedies, even the situations that are difficult and devastating and sad and overwhelming, God is working for our good when we are His children. So that is the encouragement that I wanted to leave with you today. What can you look for in your life where God is working behind the scenes? Is there something, a miracle, a particular situation where you just really need God to help you? Ask Him. Have that conversation with Him. Say, God, I don't understand. I don't see you in this, but I know that you're working. When we thank Him and praise Him ahead of time, it really pleases God. And it's something that I am still working on. It's something that I have to give myself grace on, and I have to keep trying, because I tend to focus on the problem. Hence the reason why I started the membership, to help us focus on God's promises instead of on life's problems. But I tend to focus on the problem, and I forget to thank Him and praise Him ahead of time. Not for the situation that I'm in, but knowing that He can work all things for good, and that He is working behind the scenes, and that He will fix whatever it is that I need His help with. So that is your encouragement today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you would subscribe, I would truly appreciate it. And please share it with your friends. If you are interested in finding out more about the membership, ways to keep your focus on God and on the ways that He works in our everyday life, please click on the link and head over there and you can learn more about it. 365 days a year, you will get encouragement to focus on God, and you will get a prompt to help you focus on God, questions that you can answer, a song to listen to, ways that you can start focusing on just keeping your focus on Him and growing your relationship with Him personally. Also, if you're interested in listening to the Cheer Up podcast, we have new episodes every Wednesday. And if you want to find out or check out my website, please do that as well. The link is below. Come back next week. I have one more thing that I want to share with you. In my month of January, as I'm pressing in and asking God what He wants me to do this year. And I am excited to share it with you. So I will see you next week, and have a great rest of your week this week.